Mo Gawdat's prediction about AI job displacement wasn't just accurate, it was conservative. The 2025 employment reports show something unprecedented is happening across sectors like creative publishing and financial services, and Goldman Sachs now confirms 6-7% of all U.S. jobs are already at risk. What started as isolated cases of AI replacement has become a systematic transformation that's reshaping the entire workforce. The most disturbing part, the industries you thought were safe are now leading the disruption. Mo's updated timeline reveals we're entering the critical phase where his dystopia to utopia prediction becomes reality, with AGI now forecast for 2025-26 instead of his original 2029 projection. The transition is happening faster than anyone anticipated, and what seemed like alarmist warnings just 2 years ago now look optimistic. The conservative prediction that became reality. When Mo Gawdat released his predictions about AI job displacement in 2023, critics dismissed him as another doomsayer, painting an overly dark picture of technological progress. They called his timeline aggressive, his projections extreme, and his concerns overblown. The reality check came 18 months later when employment data from the first quarter of 2025 revealed something startling. Mo wasn't pessimistic enough. His original framework suggested a gradual acceleration of AI adoption throughout 2024 and 2025, with significant job displacement becoming visible by late 2025. The actual timeline compressed that prediction by nearly 2 years. Major corporations began announcing AI-driven workforce reductions in early 2024, months ahead of Mo's most aggressive estimates. By January 2025, Goldman Sachs reported a 0.5-point spike in tech unemployment, with some sectors facing 10-20% displacement risk, according to Anthropic's CEO Dario Amodei's analysis. The speed caught everyone off guard, including the AI researchers who understood the technology best. Mo's initial calculations assumed that companies would need time to integrate AI systems, train employees on new workflows, and gradually phase out human workers. Instead, businesses implemented AI solutions with shocking efficiency. What Mo projected as a 12-month transition period compressed into 3 to 4 months for most organizations. Consider the media industry transformation. Condé Nast replaced 40% of its editorial staff with AI systems capable of producing articles, social media content, and marketing materials, according to an Axios report from May 2025. This happened months ahead of Mo's projected timeline for significant media disruption. The shift wasn't gradual integration, but wholesale replacement of human creative processes. The financial sector moved even faster. J.P. Morgan Chase deployed AI systems for document review and basic legal research in early 2024, eliminating over 3,000 paralegal and junior analyst positions by year-end. Goldman Sachs automated 60% of its entry-level trading operations 6 months before Mo's predictions suggested such widespread adoption would occur. These weren't experimental pilot programs. They were full-scale operational shifts that fundamentally altered how these institutions function. Technology companies, ironically, led the acceleration. Google eliminated 12,000 positions in January 2023, with CEO Sundar Pichai citing AI efficiency gains as a primary factor. Meta reduced its workforce by 21,000 employees across 2022 and 2023, replacing human content moderators with AI systems that could process millions of posts per hour. Amazon shuttered entire customer service departments, replacing human agents with AI chatbots that resolved 85% of customer inquiries without human intervention. The manufacturing sector experienced similar compression. Tesla's Gigafactory operations achieved 90% automation by late 2024, eliminating assembly line positions Mo hadn't expected to disappear until 2026. Ford announced the closure of 3 traditional manufacturing plants while simultaneously opening AI-managed facilities that required 70% fewer human workers. General Motors reported that its AI-optimized production lines operated 24/7 with minimal human oversight, achieving productivity gains that made traditional factories economically obsolete. Healthcare providers began implementing AI diagnostic systems faster than regulatory bodies could establish oversight frameworks. Kaiser Permanente deployed AI systems for radiology interpretation in 2024, reducing the need for human radiologists by 45%. Cleveland Clinic implemented AI-powered surgical planning tools that eliminated multiple specialized roles in surgical preparation and post-operative care. These changes happened while Mo's original timeline suggested healthcare would remain largely human-dependent until 2027. The legal profession experienced particularly dramatic shifts. LegalZoom automated document preparation services that previously required paralegal oversight. Major law firms implemented AI research tools that could analyze case law and draft legal briefs faster than teams of junior associates. By late 2024, Sullivan and Cromwell reported that AI systems handled 60% of the research work previously assigned to first- and second-year lawyers. Educational institutions followed similar patterns. Khan Academy launched AI tutoring systems that provided personalized instruction to millions of students simultaneously. Universities began replacing teaching assistants with AI systems capable of grading assignments, answering student questions, and providing feedback on academic performance. The transition happened so rapidly that many educational institutions struggled to retrain displaced staff. The consulting industry, which Mo expected to resist AI adoption due to client relationship requirements, embraced automation faster than any other professional service sector. McKinsey & Company developed AI systems that could analyze business operations, identify efficiency opportunities, and generate strategic recommendations. Deloitte implemented AI tools for audit procedures, tax preparation, and financial analysis. These firms discovered that clients preferred AI-generated insights because they eliminated human bias and delivered consistent analytical quality. The psychological impact on workers exceeded Mo's projections as dramatically as the timeline compression. Employees who believed they had years to adapt discovered they had months. The assumption that AI would complement human work rather than replace it proved false across multiple industries. Workers found themselves competing not with other humans for fewer positions, but with AI systems that worked continuously, never made mistakes, and improved their performance with each iteration. Mo's framework anticipated that companies would implement AI gradually to maintain institutional knowledge and avoid operational disruption. Instead, businesses discovered that rapid AI deployment provided competitive advantages so significant that gradual implementation became a liability. Organizations that moved quickly gained market share, while those that hesitated found themselves unable to compete on cost, speed, or quality. The acceleration revealed something Mo's original analysis didn't fully account for: the network effects of AI adoption. As early adopters demonstrated AI's capabilities, remaining companies faced existential pressure to implement similar systems. The competitive landscape shifted so rapidly that incremental approaches became impossible. Companies either embraced comprehensive AI integration or risked market irrelevance. This compression of Mo's timeline carries profound implications for his broader 15-year dystopia-utopia framework. If AI job displacement is happening twice as fast as predicted, the social and economic disruption phase may be both more intense and shorter than originally anticipated. The question becomes whether society can adapt to accelerated change, or whether the compression creates additional instability that extends the dystopian period. But the most unsettling discovery wasn't the speed of change. It was discovering which jobs disappeared first, completely overturning decades of assumptions about technological displacement. The industries you thought were safe. Creative professionals found themselves at the front lines of displacement. Goldman Sachs analysis confirms that 6–7% of U.S. jobs, including creative roles, face displacement within the next decade, but the timeline is compressing faster than anyone anticipated. Content writers who built careers understanding audience psychology watched AI generate articles that performed better than human-written pieces. Video editors who prided themselves on creative instincts found their skills obsolete when AI tools began automatically cutting footage based on engagement algorithms. Marketing departments across Fortune 500 companies eliminated creative positions faster than any other sector. Coca-Cola reduced its creative team by 60% after implementing AI systems that could generate campaign concepts, write copy, and produce video content simultaneously. Nike shut down 3 regional creative offices, consolidating all design work through AI platforms that could generate hundreds of product variations daily. These weren't cost-cutting measures. They were recognition that AI creative output exceeded human creative output in speed, consistency, and market performance. Healthcare administration, the sector everyone assumed required human judgment and empathy, automated at unprecedented speed. Insurance companies deployed AI systems that could review medical claims, assess treatment necessity, and determine coverage eligibility without human oversight. Anthem reported processing 90% of routine claims through AI systems, eliminating thousands of claims reviewer positions. United Health implemented AI tools for patient intake, appointment scheduling, and preliminary diagnosis assistance, reducing administrative staff by 40% across its network. Legal research, the foundation of every law career, became an AI specialty overnight. Junior associates who expected to spend years building expertise in case law analysis discovered that AI systems could research legal precedents, identify relevant statutes, and draft preliminary briefs faster than teams of human researchers. Sullivan and Cromwell, one of the most prestigious law firms in the world, reported that AI systems now handle the majority of research work previously assigned to first- and second-year associates. Financial analysis, supposedly requiring deep market understanding and human intuition, proved remarkably susceptible to AI replacement. Investment banks eliminated entry-level analyst programs as AI systems demonstrated superior performance in data analysis, trend identification, and report generation. Goldman Sachs reduced its entry-level hiring by 75% after implementing AI tools that could analyze market conditions, assess investment risks, and generate client recommendations without human input. The pharmaceutical industry embraced AI faster than most manufacturing sectors. Tempus uses AI for precision medicine applications, analyzing patient data to optimize treatment protocols. PathAI developed systems that can diagnose pathology cases with greater accuracy than experienced pathologists. These aren't experimental programs. They're operational systems that pharmaceutical companies rely on for critical decisions that affect patient outcomes. Management consulting, the industry that commands premium fees for human insight and strategic thinking, discovered that AI could analyze business operations and generate strategic recommendations more consistently than human consultants. McKinsey developed AI tools that could assess organizational efficiency, identify cost reduction opportunities, and recommend process improvements across multiple industries. Deloitte implemented AI systems for audit procedures that could examine financial records and identify anomalies faster than teams of experienced accountants. The psychological impact on displaced workers reflects the fundamental miscalculation about job security. Software engineers who spent decades mastering programming languages watched AI systems generate functional code from simple descriptions. Architects who built careers on creative vision discovered that AI could produce building designs that met regulatory requirements and aesthetic preferences simultaneously. Teachers who believed their profession required irreplaceable human connection found AI tutoring systems providing personalized instruction that adapted to individual student needs better than traditional classroom methods. Banking operations, traditionally conservative about technological change, accelerated AI adoption faster than most technology companies. J.P. Morgan Chase deployed AI for document review, contract analysis, and regulatory compliance checking. Bank of America implemented AI customer service systems that could handle complex account inquiries, loan applications, and investment advice without human assistance. Wells Fargo automated mortgage processing procedures that previously required multiple human reviewers and approval stages. The acceleration contradicts every economic theory about technological displacement. Traditional models assumed that machines would replace human muscle before replacing human minds. The pattern suggested that complex cognitive work, creative problem-solving, and interpersonal skills would remain human domains for decades. Instead, AI systems proved most effective at tasks requiring pattern recognition, data analysis, and content generation, precisely the skills that define white-collar professional work. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei's May 2025 warning that AI could eliminate 50% of all entry-level white-collar jobs within the next 5 years suddenly looks conservative rather than alarmist. His analysis focused on entry-level roles involving structured tasks performed routinely by humans as most vulnerable to automation. This isn't a distant threat. It's happening across every major metropolitan area where professional services concentrate. The reversal reveals something profound about the nature of human work that economists missed. The jobs everyone considered safe, those requiring education, creativity, and judgment, turned out to be the most systematizable. Meanwhile, the jobs everyone expected AI to replace, first manual labor, service work, and physical tasks, remain largely human because they require adaptability, physical coordination, and real-world problem-solving that AI systems still struggle to replicate. The supposedly secure professional class discovered their work was more predictable than anyone realized. But understanding which jobs disappeared first only tells part of the story. The real shock comes from seeing how fast it's happening and how many people are affected. The employment earthquake of 2025. The numbers from the first 7 months of 2025 tell a story that no economist predicted and no workforce preparation program anticipated. According to Challenger, Gray, and Christmas, companies announced over 806,000 private sector job cuts through July, the highest number for that period since 2020. But this represents something fundamentally different from previous economic disruption. For the first time in economic history, artificial intelligence appears as a top 5 factor in job elimination reports, directly accounting for over 10,000 documented job cuts in just 7 months. The technology sector, which everyone expected would create AI jobs faster than it eliminated traditional ones, leads the carnage with over 89,000 job cuts announced, a 36% increase from the previous year. Microsoft eliminated 6,000 workers, approximately 3% of its entire workforce, with many cuts targeting engineers who built the systems now replacing them. The irony runs deeper than anyone wants to acknowledge. The people who created artificial intelligence are among its first casualties. CrowdStrike, the cybersecurity company that protects organizations from digital threats, slashed 500 jobs, representing 5% of its workforce. Their explanation captures the moment perfectly. They cited a market and technology inflection point with AI reshaping every industry. The company that specializes in protecting against disruption couldn't protect itself from disruption. Walmart cut 1,500 corporate jobs as part of what they termed a restructuring effort. But SEC filings reveal that AI systems now handle tasks previously requiring human oversight across their supply chain, inventory management, and customer service operations. The demographic impact reveals patterns that contradict every assumption about technological adaptation. The unemployment rate for tech workers aged 20 to 30 has risen by nearly 3 percentage points since early 2024, which represents over 4 times the increase in the overall jobless rate. These aren't workers struggling to learn new technologies. These are digital natives who grew up with computers, who understand software development, who built careers on adapting to technological change. If AI can displace them this quickly, no demographic group possesses inherent protection. Geographic patterns show the concentration of economic disruption in ways that amplify social instability. Silicon Valley, once the symbol of endless job creation and economic opportunity, recorded its first net job loss quarter in over a decade. Seattle, Austin, and Boston report similar trends as technology companies reduce headcount while increasing productivity through AI implementation. The cities that attracted millions of workers with promises of stable, high-paying careers are becoming the epicenters of AI-driven displacement. The speed at which entire departments disappear defies traditional understanding of organizational change. Anish Raman, Chief Economic Opportunity Officer at LinkedIn, warned that AI is breaking the bottom rungs of the career ladder: junior software developers, junior paralegals, and first-year law firm associates who once cut their teeth on document review, and young retail associates who are being supplanted by chatbots and other automated customer service tools. These positions served as entry points for millions of professionals. Without them, the traditional career progression model collapses. Companies aren't gradually phasing out human workers or implementing careful transition programs. They're eliminating positions as soon as AI systems prove capable of handling the workload. The transition from human to artificial intelligence happens in weeks, not months or years. Internal company communications reveal that businesses view rapid AI implementation as competitive necessity. Organizations that hesitate risk losing market position to competitors who embrace automation immediately. The psychological impact extends beyond displaced workers to those who remain employed. Surveys conducted across major metropolitan areas show that 73% of white-collar workers report anxiety about job security, compared to 41% in manufacturing sectors. The reversal highlights how professional workers, who previously felt insulated from technological disruption, now face greater uncertainty than traditional blue-collar employees. Office environments that once provided stability now generate constant stress about which positions will disappear next. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei's warning in May 2025 that AI may eliminate 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs within 5 years isn't a prediction anymore. It's a description of current trends. The timeline has compressed from hypothetical future scenario to immediate operational reality. Companies that implement AI systems report productivity gains so significant that maintaining previous staffing levels becomes economically irrational. The ripple effects are just beginning to emerge across supporting industries. Commercial real estate markets in major business districts show declining demand as companies reduce office space requirements. Restaurants, retail stores, and service businesses that depended on office worker foot traffic report decreased revenues. The economic ecosystem built around traditional employment patterns faces systematic disruption as the foundation shifts beneath it. Educational institutions struggle to adapt curriculum to rapidly changing job requirements. Career counseling services report unprecedented demand from professionals seeking guidance about industries and roles that might remain human-dependent. The challenge isn't just retraining displaced workers. It's identifying which skills will retain value long enough to justify the investment in developing them. Employment agencies that specialized in placing white-collar professionals report fundamental changes in client requests. Companies seek workers for roles that didn't exist 2 years ago while eliminating positions that formed the backbone of professional services. The job categories experiencing growth require skills that most displaced workers don't possess and training programs don't teach. The tech sector's share of the U.S. employment market peaked in November 2022, coinciding with ChatGPT's launch, and has declined consistently since then. The symbolism captures the moment when artificial intelligence transitioned from tool to replacement. The technology that was supposed to augment human capabilities instead demonstrates superior performance across tasks that defined professional competence. But the employment disruption represents only the visible surface of a deeper transformation. The AI systems driving these job losses are evolving faster than anyone anticipated, achieving capabilities that researchers didn't expect to see for years. The acceleration nobody saw coming. The benchmarks that researchers expected to reach in 2027 fell in the first quarter of 2025. While experts now suggest AGI could arrive by 2026, the specific capabilities emerging today exceed most projections. AI systems can synthesize complex technical documents from scattered inputs while maintaining coherence across diagrams, equations, and citations. This isn't incremental progress. This represents a fundamental leap in how AI processes and understands information that most experts didn't anticipate for another 2 years. The exponential curve that theorists discussed in academic papers became operational reality faster than anyone prepared for. Google DeepMind's Gemini Ultra 2.5 now powers 43% of Google Workspace's automated workflows, reducing average email composition time by 37% for enterprise users. These aren't pilot programs or limited trials. These are full-scale deployments handling millions of daily transactions with performance levels that exceed human baseline across multiple cognitive tasks. The cost dynamics reveal how quickly AI capabilities scaled beyond expert projections. The price of querying an AI model equivalent to GPT-3.5 dropped from $20 per million tokens in November 2022 to 7 cents per million tokens by October 2024. That's a 280-fold reduction in less than 2 years. The economic barriers that were supposed to slow AI adoption disappeared faster than regulatory frameworks could adapt to the technology. The competitive pressure between AI companies intensified the acceleration beyond any reasonable safety timeline. Each breakthrough from one lab triggered immediate responses from competitors who couldn't afford to fall behind in capability development. OpenAI's advances forced Google to accelerate development schedules. Anthropic responded with improvements that compressed their original timeline by 6 months while launching their Economic Futures program to plan for massive labor market disruption. The competitive dynamic created a race where safety considerations became secondary to capability advancement. Microsoft's integration of AI across its entire software ecosystem happened faster than their own engineering teams anticipated. The company planned gradual AI rollouts across different product lines over 18 months. Instead, AI capabilities proved so immediately effective that Microsoft accelerated deployment across all products simultaneously. The timeline compression meant that testing periods designed to identify problems got shortened or eliminated entirely. Meta's AI research division reported similar acceleration patterns in their internal development processes. Projects scheduled for 2026 completion moved to 2025 delivery dates because AI systems exceeded performance thresholds faster than anticipated. The company's AI systems began handling tasks that required multiple engineering teams just months earlier, reducing development cycles from quarters to weeks. The regulatory environment reveals how quickly government oversight fell behind technological advancement. While the U.S. introduced 59 AI regulations in 2024, doubling 2023 levels, federal agencies that plan to establish comprehensive AI safety standards by 2026 discovered that the technology they intended to regulate had already evolved beyond their proposed framework. The regulatory process, designed for technologies that develop over years, couldn't adapt to systems that improved continuously. Congressional hearings, scheduled to address AI safety concerns, became obsolete before they occurred because the AI capabilities discussed in preparation materials no longer matched the systems actually deployed in commercial applications.